Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. And as you can tell by the title of today's video, we're going to be doing a full face trying out new makeup. And not all of this is like brand new, but it is new to me. And there's some things I did keep the same, like my powder and my primer, just because I wanted to be able to gauge how it performs if I were to use it the way that I would normally use it, as opposed to like trying all new everything and not being able to tell like what was it, the primer, was it the powder, was it the foundation, you know what I'm saying? So the first thing that I want to mention is I already have my base on, which is my usual LANEIGE Glowy Makeup Serum for my face, and my Makeup Forever eye and lip primer, which I use, well, I only have it on my eyes. You could use it on your lips too, though. Technically anything that you can use on your eyes, you can also use on your lips. The main thing, though, that I was really excited to be trying out today is the Pat McGrath Midnight Sun! Oh my god! This was a gift that I received from Christmas from my wonderful boyfriend. Thank you so much, Michael, for buying this for me. And yeah, I'm really excited to be playing with it. This is the Midnight Sun, so we will be, you know, unboxing it and taking a look at it. I haven't even swatched it yet or anything. Literally, I just received it like an hour ago. It was a knock on the door. So we'll be getting into that, but first we need to do this base, girl. Now I'm going to be starting with the Flawless Airbrush. This is the new foundation from Charlotte Tilbury. I have not used this yet, literally brand new. I was color matched though. This is the color 4 neutral. I was going to do 5 neutral, but when we were swatching them, this one seemed to be a better match. 5 neutral dried down a little bit darker, where it initially, so like in this package, this looks like it would probably be a little bit too light for me, but once it dries down, it's a good match. So we're gonna get started with this. I don't have anything on, just my primer. I don't have eyebrows or anything. So yeah. Alrighty. Now, this is a very full coverage, more of a matte type of foundation. So let's just start with a little bit and see how it goes. My sponge is not new. This is my beauty blender. You can see it's stained a little bit, but it's clean. I just washed it. So we're only doing 1 pump of the foundation. Just picking that up there. Let's see. I'm gonna start on this side. I mean, the coverage is there. Coverage is definitely there. And I shaved like yesterday, that's why I have some stubble. And I don't really want to get it under my eyes because I'm going to be putting my concealer there. I mean, it's looking pretty nice. I wouldn't say it's like crazy full. Let's pick up the rest of that. We'll do it on this half of my forehead. Maybe I should have went with number 5 because I'm feeling light. And I never use a foundation that's lighter, you guys. If anything, I'll use one that's like more tan. So this is like, I'm like, okay, let's oxidize already. Oh, you can kind of tell down here, it's already starting to oxidize a little bit. I'm gonna do another pump. Like a half a pump. And I'm gonna focus it more like on this chin area, because this is where I want more coverage. I know I'm probably not gonna be able to cover up all of my facial hair, but at least I want to camouflage it a little bit. And this is how it's looking so far on half of my face. It's light. It's a little bit light. It looks really smooth. It's not like super matte. Even though they say this is matte, it has like a little bit of a glow to it. More of like a natural matte. I'm reading it right now, that's what I'm doing. But I don't have the box, I just have the so tell me what you guys think. Don't judge my under eyes because I haven't put concealer on yet. The color is okay. The undertone is okay, is what I mean, but it's definitely too light. It's definitely a little light. And I do not like going any lighter, so I should have trusted my instincts, but see, when I applied it and then we let it dry down, this was definitely my color, and I swatched it here. Like, I swatched it here. I don't know. We'll keep finishing it up. I like the texture, but I should have trusted my instincts and went with the 5 neutral instead of the 4. But let's see. But it does oxidize, and I'm wondering if this is going to be one of those ones that oxidizes like in an hour, like it takes some time for it to fully dry. But you know what? I will say, this side with the fresher application, it's looking a little lighter. It smells good. Maybe I used too much? Oh, now I can see it's getting there. See, on the monitor, it doesn't look like it matches. But when I look in person, it doesn't look too bad. On my hand, where I had pumped it out, it's definitely dried, like completely dried. And it's matching my hand. Can y'all see that? This is where I had pumped it out, and it's matching. I mean, I know I picked it up with a sponge, but you see what's kind of left there? It doesn't look off. Like, it looks like it would be a match. I'm using another little half a pump, but I'm not like even fully picking it up. And you see this looks too light. And it's kind of grabbing onto my eye primer a little weird. Y'all can't probably tell in the camera, but I've noticed, just from my experience, that waterproof products don't tend to mix together very well. This is supposed to be like a waterproof foundation, and then this is also, and then this is also a waterproof eye primer. So right here, where I kind of blend my primer up, it's looking a little like dry. Like the foundation's kind of grabbing to the eye primer. I know it's not my skin, because my skin I just exfoliated before we did this, so I know my skin is smooth, but it's the primer, because it's not happening anywhere else. It's just like where that primer is. And honestly, if you are not like a makeup crazy person like I am, you probably wouldn't even notice. But it's just that I like try to pay attention to every little detail. Alright, so this has been drying down for maybe like 5 minutes or so. As you can see, I'm still looking a little light, a little ghostly. So yeah. I mean, the texture is nice. I just needed a different color. So this would probably be a better color for somebody like one shade lighter. Hold on. But let's go in, you know, we're already here, so let's go in with concealer, and I'm going to be using my regular concealer, which is the Pat McGrath Labs in the shade LM8, I think. Oops. LM8, if y'all can see that there. Yeah, there you go. LM8, which means light medium number 8. So let's see if this is gonna work. I almost feel like my concealer and my foundation, it almost looks like my concealer is gonna be darker than my foundation. And so I'm just applying right into where my dark circles are. I love concealer though, you guys. Like foundations, I'm like, whatever. But concealer is one of my favorites. Just kind of apply it into my highlight area. There we go, just like that. I used to highlight, I'll put a little bit right here. Nah, I used to highlight under my chin, but I started to realize it made my foundation look like it was too light. So now let's blend this in. I'm gonna start with the forehead. And this is really gonna test to see how the foundation works with the concealer. Now, this concealer I already know is a bomb concealer, and it works with anything, you know, any formulation of foundation, works on no foundation. If you just have, you know, moisturizer on, it always looks nice. So if this foundation makes this concealer look bad, then, you know, it's not. Then we'll, you know, that'll tell me something. This concealer might be slightly lighter, but they're pretty close in tone. And actually that concealer they actually look really nice together. Wow, the concealer I feel like is actually smoothing out. Because this foundation was like creasing up on my forehead. I don't know if you guys could tell earlier, but this concealer like eliminated that. Now we're gonna be blending out my under eyes. I look like a little Pokemon or something. I look kind of cute like this, I feel like. Look a little white. I'm like a geisha doll. Okay, anyways. Alright, now that I have applied my powder, I'm going to be getting into the eyes. And now we're going to be busting out my Big Daddy. This is the Pat McGrath Mothership 6 Midnight Sun. And the packaging just looks so beautiful. This is the front, and this is the back. They have the ingredient list on here that shows you like what ingredients were used. And you see it's in this beautiful like gold foil. You can see the reflect. Oh my god. Alright, now let's get this open. So, first thing you do is kind of like unravel it. This is almost like one of those like old school books. I don't want to drop it, so. And inside the box, well, here's what the outer packaging of the palette looks like. But before we get really into it, just want to show you guys that the inside does have like this little paper that has the shade names on it, because it's not actually on, well, the shade names are on the palette, is it? Huh. No, it doesn't have it. This is the back. this beautiful gold plate, and I'm leaving all my finger smudges on it, as you can see. But really pretty. And this little, like a quote, I guess, is so funny. It says, caution, shade throwing and eye ecstasy may result with prolonged use. I'm like, bitch, I throw shade anyway. But let's get right up into this gig. So here is the Pat McGrath Mother Pat. Oh, let's open her up. Oh, so stunning, so beautiful. The Midnight Sun has to be my favorite color story that she has put together for any of these palettes. I'm really loving this one here. This is like one of her only colorful mattes in her collection. This one here, the purple, I'm dying. And then this one here, it's like a bronzy, orangey metallic. I'm living. I am living. I want to do swatches. What should I do? Should I do swatches? I have no idea where I want to start with this palette, you guys. I'm just so like, oh. I think the first thing I'm gonna do is dip into this color down here, which is Extreme Dusk. Picks up really nice on a brush. Okay. And I'm just using kind of like a little flat smudger guy. And I have it on this side of the brush, as y'all can see. And I'm just going to be applying that into the outer edge. So my boyfriend did get this for me for Christmas, but I actually received it today, which is New Year's Eve. It's December 31st today, Thursday. So I might be using this look to go out, but actually in our town, I heard that all the bars were closing, so maybe I'll just have to party at home with this look. Alright, so I have Extreme Dusk on the outer corners of both eyes, not really blended, just kind of applied. Now I'm going to be going into Vermilion Venom, which is a beautiful name, which is this color right here, and I'm going to be using that to kind of like bring it up and out, kind of like into the crease area. Ooh, this color is really pretty. Ooh, yes. Oh my god. I'm obsessed. And now I'm taking just a clean brush and I'm gonna blend out the edges. Just to make it nice and airbrushed. And my base was unset, so it was still kind of wet on the skin. Now that I have Vermilion Venom blended through the outer crease, I'm going to take a little bit of this color here, which is the shade Taboo, and I'm going to use that to kind of blend it out. Now, I picked it up onto the brush, and I'm actually going to dab the brush onto my hand so that I don't have too much product on the tips of the bristles. And I'm going to use that right up here to just gently blend out these edges, take it a little bit into that front crease portion, like underneath the front of the eyebrow. And I'm just adding that right up in there, just lightly touching the edge of the brow with it. Now I'm going to go into, again, the Vermilion Venom shade, which is that reddish color, onto this small brush here. This is what I initially applied the extreme dusk with, but I'm going to use this to blend out this bottom lash line and a little bit like right here, kind of like even that out a bit. Just like that. Alright, let's do the same thing on this side. Alright, now that we have all of the crease work on, let's dip into, I really want to use the purple color here. That's Blitz Violet Orchid. So I'm going to be using that one on this little brush here. This is actually a Pat McGrath brush. It doesn't say a number or anything, but it just kind of looks like this. It's almost like a fluffy but still flat-ish kind of shape. And I'm going to dip into the Blitz Violet Orchid. Oh my god. This is such a beautiful color, you guys. Just so you can see. Ooh, so pretty. You kind of get like that duochrome. And I'm gonna apply this, and I'm gonna see how it looks without, I'm gonna apply this now, and I'm gonna see how it looks without wetting it. Oh my god, that looks stunning. Oh, that is so pretty. I do want to wet it just a little bit, so I'm gonna grab my Fix Plus spray This one is obviously not new, but it just needs something to wet it. I'm just gonna tap that over. Oh yeah. Wow. So now for the inner corner, I'm going to be dipping into the shade Astral Solstice, which is this kind of shimmery, almost whitish champagne color. And it's more of like a sparkly topper. It doesn't have too much of like a base pigment to it. So I am going to wet this one. And I'm going to apply that right up into the inner corner. Oops. Alright, so I ended up layering the Skin Show Moon Glow over Astral Solstice. These names is going to be hard for me to remember, but kind of layered them over in that inner corner just to give it a little bit more dimension. But I feel like it came out really nice. I feel like it came out really nice. Sorry, we're recording this on New Year's Eve, so if you hear some fireworks, please forgive me. It's only 6 o'clock, 6:18, so it's not even midnight yet, but now I'm going to do my eyebrows, and I will be using new products for that. Just need to tie in with the new makeup full face. And I'm going to be using the micro-filling pen from Benefit and my Sephora waterproof eyebrow pencil. And I'm using the color medium brown and medium brown. They're both the color medium brown. And I'm going to use that to kind of just draw some little hairs. And this product is interesting because it is like a marker, but I don't feel like I get, see, this is one of those ones with the 3 little tips, but I don't feel like I get the 3 lines when I draw it. If I put it on my hand, I get it, but when I put it on my face, I don't get it. I don't know what it is. So the pen doesn't look too bad, as you can see. It gave me a little bit of a tint, but it didn't really give me too much, like, it doesn't look too heavy. So I'm gonna line right up here with the pencil. And this pencil is brand new, but it doesn't have like the little rounded tip. This one is almost like a little flat tip. Can you see that? Yeah, that's giving me the definition I need, and it looks really nice. Now I'm gonna line the underneath. Okay, so now I'm going to dust off this bake. And then whatever's on the brush, I'm going to use that to kind of just
Smell that.
You couldn't.
Like, you know,
Sulfur.
Yeah.
And I'm using the same bronzer that I always use. This is not new. The Airbrush bronzer. I use the shade number 2. This is from Charlotte Tilbury. I'm gonna bronze up the skin. This is the important part, you guys, because like I was saying, this foundation is too light for me. Such a beautiful color though. Yeah, it's really adding back the dimension. So now all I have left is my lashes and my lips. And I will be using new products for these. Well, besides my mascara is the same, the Hourglass Unlocked. It is a newer mascara. It's not new to me. I've been using it, but it's really good. I would definitely recommend it. But for lashes, I'm going to be using the one size come through, which are the smaller ones, and these are new. So I'm pretty excited about these. I did already trim them so that they would fit my eye. And then as for lipstick, I'm going to be going in with the Pillow Talk number 2 lip liner, which is a beautiful lip, like a little bit more medium tone nudie pink, and one of the new Dior Addict Stellar Shine lipsticks. They're kind of like this glossy type of lipstick. You pull it out from here, and this is in the shade 623 Hypnotique. And I'm going to top that with, well, this is a revamped product because they used to have these way back in the day. This is one of the Lancôme Juicy Tubes. This color is new, I believe. It's called Birthday Confetti. They had these in the past, and then they took them away, and now they're back. So I'm using one of these, and it's this really pretty kind of like, I don't know if you can tell, but it's like an iridescent type of color. It's like a clear with like little sparkles in it. Yeah, there you go. Really pretty. So yeah, I'm going to be doing all of that. Oh, and my lash glue is new actually too. This is the Sephora collection glue. Normally I use the House of Lashes glue, but you know, I don't think Sephora carries that anymore. So we're using the Sephora collection glue. And I'll tell you how it works. I mean, glue, you know. Alright, the lashes are on, and they look really nice, you guys. They're pretty big. Can you see them? Oh, well, obviously, right? You can see them. I can feel them on my eyebrows. So when I look up like this, they like touch my eyebrow. That's how big they are. They're pretty cute. I like it. They fit the look because the look was pretty dramatic, so the lashes have to be dramatic. Cute, cute. I'm living. Now, the lipstick. Ooh, this is really nice. Ooh, it goes perfectly with this. I did want to go in with a gloss, but I'm wondering if I even need to. Let's see, we'll just take a dab. Just a little bit of the gloss. A little tiny bitty bitty bit. Alright, you guys, and this is the final look. So everything came together really nice. I feel like nothing was like a super flop or anything. The foundation, which was new, the only thing wrong with it was maybe the shade. You know, it's a little too light, but other than that, the texture is beautiful. Next time I would just do the next shade up. From what I remember, this was supposed to oxidize, but I mean, it ended up actually matching pretty well compared to my body, so maybe it did dry down a little bit, and I didn't even realize, but yeah, I like it. Initially, it was a little too light, but it came out really nice. And the brow products were really good. The Sephora waterproof brow pencil and the microfilling pen from Benefit. I would definitely recommend both of these. The only thing with this microfilling pen is it's more like a tint pen. It's not like a... I don't get the 3 little lines from it, is what I'm trying to say. Like, I don't... Even though it has the 3 little prongs like that, I just don't... When I put it on my eyebrows, I just don't see it. I don't know. Tell me if I'm doing something wrong. Am I... Because even if I just use barely the little tips, they all end up kind of forming together and looking like, you know, one thicker line. I don't know, you know what I mean? But anyways, the brow pencil, I mean, I did like it when I just used the very tippy tip, the longest one, to draw in the little hairs right here at the front of the eyebrow. It does work really well that way. And because it's like a sheer tint, it doesn't look so heavy. This one was amazing as well. The lashes I'm really enjoying. Here's the box, but I have them on. They look really good. They're pretty comfortable so far. Let's see how, you know, I feel later on. The lipstick is really nice. I did end up putting a little bit of gloss on top. The color's pretty, the texture. I just love it. I love it. I love a little glossy lip. The setting spray I liked. Just adds some moisture. I do feel like it has that kind of like, it's not too heavy though, even though it's a dual face, my face doesn't feel like super greasy. And you know, of course the eyeshadow palette, I mean, what's not to love? This was, you know, the star of the whole thing right here. She is beautiful. I can't wait to, you know, do other looks with her. But every shade that I dipped into worked. I did not have to use any other colors. And I feel like even with the color combination I did do, I could go so many other ways. Like I basically used these 2 colors here, a little bit of this one, and then the purple guy, and this one here, and some of this one here, but I feel like, you know, I could do this one. There's a green. Oh, and this green is so beautiful. Just look at how pretty that is. And then this, the red shade, like metallic red. That's like one of those sparkly sparkle shades. So beautiful. But yeah, I would definitely recommend all of it. So thanks for tuning in. And y'all have a good rest of y'all's night, New Year's, or if you're watching this after New Year's, have a good day. Be safe, make good decisions. Oh, and please like and subscribe to my channel. Peace out.